6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Got to go to work here, take care of some clients. But I like to come out every morning and check the bike, see what it's doing. I've noticed I have a couple of spots on the ground here of radiator fluid, but I can't figure out where it's coming from. I still haven't found this hose, Grant, so if you can give me a part line or something to where I can find it. I've looked at Scooter Swap Shop and I can't find any flexible hose like that. But everything's working okay so far. The front end, I'm going to leave this front off while I do my test drives and everything. I found out my turn signals don't work, so it's just that I've been screwing with the wiring and everything so far behind the headset that no wonder it's not doing that. Another question I have is this radiator puts out a lot of heat, and I'm thinking maybe I got it too close to the gauge here, the temperature gauge, so that'll throw me off with my readings. I'm not sure about that exactly. But this 30 millimeter seems to be working okay. And then when I get it dialed in, I will put on this big, thanks Grant for turning me on to this thing, this big Sedco 33 millimeter Cahen. I'll put that on it as soon as I can figure out these damn leaks. What I'm thinking about doing is taking a piece of, I should have, the blue hoses, I have just a little bit left because they only give you 2 3.5 foot pieces, which is, it's long enough, but I cut a piece off of each side, and what I may do is cut a piece off this blue part right here that's big enough to fit right here, because the blue hose is a little bit in better diameter, and I may put it on here if I can't find the damn leak though. Wait a minute. No. This is a good way to check for leaks. You put your finger all around where you think it's leaking and look for any wet spots. Then I may get a uni foam filter. I have one of those. Everything else is running okay. I've got to tighten everything down. I have a $150 clutch I'm going to put in this. The variators and the ramps I still have to get together, Grant, and I'll get them together and I'll show them to you. And then we'll do some trading or something, because you like those sharp ramps. I don't. I like all the ramps that are not sharp. I'm thinking also about, if I can keep this under the cover right here, I'm gonna see if I can get a fan to fit behind there. I'm also worried about if I set up a fan and this and that, if it's going to take too much juice from the running the bike at high speed. I don't know. This has been sucking radiator fluid back into the radiator, and I'm hoping that will get rid of all the little air bubbles, because it should not be running at 190 degrees. It should be running at 150, 160 at idle. So what I'm thinking is that there is air trapped here and in here. Another thing I have to do is tighten the bolts down. Whenever you drive the bike in its new engine, let it completely cool down, and then tighten your head bolts, tighten everything, because the aluminum contracts and expands, and then it sinks back down again, and it loosens things up. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I've talked to the wife, and I am on track to get me a 2016 a 600 RR Honda used. I mean, almost brand new. So that may be coming up this Christmas. And I may start one of these patron accounts so people can donate $1 or, you know, just like $1 or $2 if they like my work. If anyone knows how to set those up, they could just tell me, because I'm an old man and I don't know how to use the computers very well. But she's coming together. And these are the fans that I was using right here. These are from a 10-year-old build. Radio Shack fans. They're okay, but I'm also wondering if I'm running these too close to the back of the radiator, because I can't run them on the front, if I'm cutting off the airflow, because it's not really efficient. But they sure look cool when you put them on the front. But we keep going. The Captain Dio bike is getting there. I'm really excited about this new 600 though. I've never had